Welcome, Grow Nebraska. I'm excited to be here with you today to talk about how you can get your local business on Google Search and Maps. Let's go ahead and jump in. And if you would like a copy of today's slides, as well as the handout and the recording, so if you want a replay of today, then this is where you need to go. Just go here and use this link, bit.ly/Google Maria, or you can use that handy QR code. Take a quick snap of that and you can find the slides, the exact slides that I'm using today, as well as the handout. And then in a little while, the replay. So you'll have all of that available to you, and you might want to slow me down or speed me up where you need me. And you're welcome to do that. I'm excited to be here with Grow Nebraska. I've been here several times before. I'll come back again, as well as be at Marketech. And today we're talking about how you can get your business on Google Search and Maps. So as we dive in, look at that center link there in blue. That is where you can go to grow.google and get everything Google to help you start and grow your small business. So that really helps support you there. And you can also find me on socials at Maria Duron. That's my Twitter or my X handle there. And then the second one at Get Found Got Growth is where you can find me on Instagram. Feel free to tag me. Let me know that you are applying what you learned, or even if you're taking some quick snaps of our time here together today and you share those out, I'm happy to retweet, repost, and get some visibility for you too in your business, okay? We are going to be talking about this, and I am excited to do this. This is my background. I love, love, love working with small businesses because they fuel my fire. And because of that, I come from a small business background. So that is really why I love to be able to help and make sure you're not spending money on things that you have absolutely free access to with a free personal Gmail or free Google account, and that you know how to use them to make the most, because you're busy. You are busy being butcher, baker, and candlestick maker in your business, as well as chief marketer, chief data analyst, and taking care of your clients too, which is so important. So as we dive in today, we'll really talk about how you can take control of your information shown on Google Search and Maps with using a Google business profile. All right, a Google business profile is 100% free, and do not believe the myths that it's just for location-based businesses. It is not. You can be home-based, you can be business by appointment. Let's say you're a consultant in an office, but you don't want people walking in that office. You might be business by appointment. You could even be somebody who's a carpet installer, and you have, let's say, a storage place where you keep all of your supplies, your equipment, maybe even park your van, but it's not meant to be for the public or public facing. Anything like that, you can still show up and suppress your address, and I'll teach you how. So home-based businesses, you can still be known for the product, service, or solution that you have available there to your local community. I will also cover how you can not just create a business profile, but manage and optimize it to get the most visibility, as well as I said, control your information on Google Search and Maps. And as always, I end with free resources, always free resources for you this way, right? Free resources that you can help actually grow your business with, because I'm about free or small fee. So we're going to go ahead and dive in. Let me put this back front and center, and let's go ahead and go again one last time. Let me share with you just a moment. Hold on just a sec. I'm going to share. Where is it? There we go. Let me share this with you. I am recording this, and I'm also going to make sure that you see. Let me pause this for a moment so I'm not flashing all my slides in front of you. And let me share with you where, again, you can get a copy of today's slides as well as the handout and recording, okay? That way you've got all of that access to you. All right, let me go ahead and pause that a moment. Again, I do not want to flash just a bunch of slides in front of you, but let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be talking today about the Google Business Profile. This is truly how you can actually control your information your business information on Google search and maps. So you see what this looks like on a mobile device. Just so you know, this is where we go first when we want to know, go, do, or buy. It is a mobile device, and 84% of us, that's our first choice there. But you need to look good on any device, because people could be using a laptop, an iPad, they could throw you to their smart TV, or they could be on mobile. And right here you see the Google business profile, where you see the name, the photos and videos, really giving them a good visual of your business, some quick links to find information about your business, where they can find you on search and maps if they need to find you, if you're location based. But again, remember what I said, for those of you that are home based, you can suppress this and it does not show up. So suppress the actual address, and I'll teach you how to do that. Your hours of operation, people want to know this information when they go into Google. In fact, Google is the #1 search engine in the world. People go here when they want to know, go, do, or buy. And we know that when people can find you on Google, there's a whole lot more credibility to who you are as a real business. Because if the search engine has enough confidence to show you up high in search when somebody is looking for your product, service, or solution, then it gives great confidence to the person who's searching for that information is correct. And that is how Google is the #1 search engine in the world. And not only is it just Google search, but it's Google Maps. This is critical for you to know, because people want to do business locally. They want to know who has that brand, or who has it in stock, or who provides that service. So they are looking for those local businesses they can do business with, and they're looking on their devices, and they want it to be easily found, which means it has to be mobile responsive and mobile friendly to adjust to any size of the screen of the device that they use. When you're creating a Google business profile, what you're doing is you will utilize either your free personal Gmail. So this is not the Workspace paid account. It is a free personal Gmail account, or a free Google account to get started. If you're signed into Gmail, you're golden. You're ready to go. All you need to do is go to google.com/business, and you will just refresh. It will read your credentials and know you do have a Google account, because a Gmail account is a Google account. Once you've done that, now you can go in, and if not, you can go to google.com/accounts. If you go to google.com/accounts, so that's ACCOUNTS, if you'll go there, then it can also give you the opportunity to start a Google account. You do not need to change your email to Gmail. You'll just use your current email, create a password, and like any other password protected site online, that's how you'll go ahead and log in to have access to all the free Google tools. You can also do it from Maps. So it shows you can just click or search for the address if you are on Maps and you want your location to show up, and you can add your business. You can now, as I said, go up here to sign in, or if you look at that bottom left-hand corner, if you want to go and screenshot that, or again, get a copy of those slides that I have available for you, you can go here and create your own free Google account, so you can access all the free Google tools for your marketing. Now, when you're in here, what you'll do is you will type the name of your business. Go ahead and type that actual business name. A drop-down menu will appear showing you all of the businesses named with that name throughout the United States. So you've got to find the one that is in your location, the one that's actually you, because maybe you're in Midland, Texas, like I am, but there could be a Maria Speaks in Seattle, Washington. Well, I don't want to work and develop that or claim that I'm the owner of that one, because that's not me. So I want to claim the one that's in my community. Now, here's that critical question I mentioned to you, okay? So everybody take heed of this critical question, because you need to know that, do you want to add a location that customers can visit, like a store or office? If you do, if you're an actual physical location and you want people coming in, you want what's known as foot traffic, then you want to answer this yes. But if you are home based or by appointment only, or you have a location like a storage area, just or a warehouse, nothing public facing, then you can say no. When you say no, it's still going to ask your address. So a lot of people are confused by this, but that's because one of the ways Google actually verifies that you're the business owner is with what's known as the postcard verification, which means they actually mail to a physical mailing address a postcard. Now, It doesn't look anything like a postcard. It looks like a W-2 that's folded in half with perforations at the top and the side. So it looks like junk mail, but it's not, because there's a 5-digit verification code that will be in there that you will need to prove that you're the business owner. Now, P.O. boxes do not work here, okay? So that will invalidate your actual attempt to try to create a Google business profile. It has to be a physical mailing address. And if you don't have one at your location, let's say you don't get mail there, you just have a P.O. box, then you might want to say that you don't want your address showing up, but you want the postcard. You are going to have to put the address here for where you want the postcard delivered. You want it delivered to your home address. So it's not showing your home address, but you do have a physical address where your actual postcard verification can be delivered to. After that, then what you'll do is you'll decide on your service area. Now, your service area, let me just slow down here a moment and share with you, your service area needs to be within 100 miles of your location. The reason being is that your Google Business Profile superpower is hyper local focused. It will get you the maximum visibility locally within 100 miles. The sweet spot is actually 35 miles. That's what I coach businesses on, but 100 miles is what it was built for. Once you make it bigger than that, like let's say you serve from Seattle to Miami, Florida, and you try to say you're nationwide, you've diluted the effectiveness of this tool, and it doesn't matter what you've put in there at all. It's not going to be seen by anybody because it's too wide. You again have disabled the ability and the superpower of this tool. So we want to enable it by staying within 100 miles or less, and you can put 20 zip codes, 20 cities, 20 counties even in there to showcase your area. But remember what I said about keeping it tight and local. You can use other tools to reach nationwide. Now you'll get your contact information here. If you've got a website, great, put it here. If not, go ahead and click that. You'll click next. Once you do that, there are several ways you could get verified: phone, text, email, video, or postcard. The easiest one and the fastest one is by phone. Now, when I say this, do know that Google doesn't just call you right off the bat. You have to start that, and it'll start as a text first. Remove your do not disturb. Make sure you can get the text, because once they send it, and if they can't verify it, you got 3 strikes and you're out. So if they can't get through just because you forgot to keep your do not disturb on, or you had your vibrate on instead of the ding being able to come through, so you totally missed it, then you'll miss that opportunity to use this tool. Now, you could also say, instead of texting you, that they can call you. But again, be ready to take phone calls. Watch there and be available. Text, phone, or email is a way as well. Your email does have to be associated with the information that you put in for your business earlier in this area when you're setting up the profile. Video postcard is by far the hardest. That's the most difficult one to do. It is possible, but it is hard. So at a physical location, the easiest way to do that in a video verification is to go to the front door, have a logo there, and film that you're opening the front door, so it shows that you have ownership of this area. But if you start cutting it up and just starting doing bits and pieces of a video, and it's not one solid fluid video, then a lot of times you will not be verified, and you're not verified more often than not. It is one of the hardest videos. If you don't have a location in your home base, this becomes even tougher, because we don't want to see the front of your house, but you've got to prove you're a business owner. So you might want to put the logos up on your screen, just show your screen, show letterhead, business card. Again, it's got to be in one unedited video, maybe even the decal of on your vehicle, but it is tough because 9 times out of 10 you will not get verified. So the postcard method becomes the next method. If you have tried video verification and you need help, reach out to support. But I always say try video verification first, because that's the first thing that they'll ask you. Were you able to try that? And if you said no, they're going to send you back to the starting line. What you need to do is say, I've tried that and it didn't work for me. I need your help. Or you can use postcard. Again, it depends on your business category, how long you've been in existence, whether or not you'll be presented with all of these methods. You might get one, you might get all of them, you might just get some of them. So as you choose, then you're going to enter your mailing address. Remember what I said, this has to be a real physical email address. And then you're going to wait, because it could take about 14 days before you get verified. Okay. So while you're waiting to get verified, this is how you can now manage your business info while you're waiting for that. None of this is going to be public facing, so people cannot find this until you've been verified. When you are logged into the Google account that you created this business profile account with, when you're in Google search, you will see these icons, the ability for you to manage your actual Google business profile. So this is the back office, and you can find it instantly on search. You can now update your business name, your category. Understand you're provided one category by default. That's your default category. You choose whatever that is. And I know it's hard because there are 3,000 different categories to choose from. And sometimes it's hard to find the one that is really uniquely like you and represents your business. Choose the one that's closest. And then when you do, after you are verified, you do have the opportunity to also add additional categories, up to 9 additional categories, to really show how unique you are. You can write that description and put some information that would be helpful to people who are ready to do business with you or need additional information to see if they want to come visit you. Now you also have the opportunity to add attributes. I encourage you to, because sometimes people are looking for veterans or women-owned businesses, and you want to let them know that you have those attributes if you do. Now, if you do also want to add your products onto Google Business Profile and even later in Google Merchant Center, where you can be seen in images and Google Comparison Shopping, then you'll use pointy.withgoogle.com. And now if there is an identifier like a barcode on your product, you can just scan it at your point of sale, and this will get it uploaded to Google, which is super nice. Now you can add photos, and you do add those photos, because remember, people are highly visual. Think TikTok, right? Change the world in 2020. So as you think of this, we like visual, we like photos, we like videos. This is where you can even repurpose what you do on social and show it here. Understand not everybody's on social, but we do know that 98% of people go to Google when they want to know, go, do, or buy. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. Google is the number one, and both of those are owned by Google. So it's really important for us to be able to navigate and thrive in Google as small businesses, because that's the way we're seen. If we're not visible, then we cannot, people don't know that we exist, and they cannot do business with us, right? So as we look at great photos, remember, think about, highlight those features, really talk about what the benefit is that people get from you. I've had people who are even accountants ask, well, what do I do? I don't want to just show books or, people spreadsheets or things I've printed out. I said, well, you can show somebody happy. You can show somebody's receipt box. So it's a shoe box. That's all it is. You don't even show any faces, and you say, come in with this, walk out with this. You can get really creative in showing what are the benefits people get from working with you. Now, there are posts that you can post your update. This, again, is what I say, that not everybody's on social. And it really is that concept of fishing where the fish are. It takes a tremendous amount of time, energy, and money to get people who are looking over here to look over here. And unless you've got just unlimited cash flow and time to educate the market, it's much better if you can meet them where they're at, which means they may be on TikTok or Pinterest or LinkedIn, or they could be on Instagram Reels or Stories, or perhaps they're on Google Business Profile. We do know that when they're ready to do an action and they're researching, they go to Google first on their mobile. So you can add the updates that you're posting on your actual socials, even here, and customize it for Google. It's not so much conversational here, because you're not going to say if this, then that. But you could say that most of people in Detroit wanted this. So now you can talk about the fact that you are social somewhere else, but in this instance, you're giving them information. Now your updates can be just that additional information, providing those repurposed content that you've already created in other social platforms. Remember, it's important to curate, not just create, because we still have to take care of our customers. But you can see here that you also have the opportunity to showcase if you've got new product coming in. You can show behind the scenes. Maybe you're moving things around at your location. Maybe you've got a team member who's celebrating an anniversary and they're the staple of your business. Everybody says hello to her or him when they come in. Or maybe you just hired a new employee. You can also post offers that you have coming up to let them know they've got some special deals if they buy from you, or an event, let's say. Even this webinar, if you had this webinar and you booked it and put it in events, it would show up and be highly visible in Google search and maps until today, when the event started. So you can see that connecting to customers as well does mean that you want that third-party validation. You want those reviews. You want for people to hear that real people know, like, and trust your service. We can all day long say that we're amazing, but it doesn't carry the same value as someone who actually knows another person, or who's within their circle of influence, says that they know, like, and trust you. So as you read these reviews, do understand that if you've been in business any amount of time, you are going to receive a negative review. Now, there are a lot of trolls out there. We don't want to feed the trolls, but some businesses will even say, look, I looked you up in my customer roles and I don't even see you there. So are you sure you're talking about us? Or I would love to be able to help you, but this is how you can connect with me outside of here, because I wasn't able to find your customer contact info. At the very minimum, that lets all of us know who are lurking and wanting to know more about you, that you listen to your customers. And who wants to do business with anyone, any business or any person that doesn't listen to them, right? So as we look at this, there's also going to be people who are, they're just unhappy. One of the things that you want to say when you do get a negative review is, that's not the experience that we want for you, or that I want for you. I'd like to learn more without jeopardizing your privacy. Would you please contact me here? And then put your phone number, or where they can text, or the link to your contact form, or your link to your WhatsApp or your Messenger, but a way for them to contact you, because three things happen when they suddenly realize that they have got a real person. One is they stop being so mean. We're real mean when we're a person to a chat box, or to a computer, or to a robot, but not when we become human to human. All of a sudden we start becoming a little bit calmer. It de-escalates everything. Number two, it takes the conversation offline, because the more you interact with it, yes, the more the algorithm actually sees this as popular. And you still want to show that you're listening, but you want to take it offline, because there's nothing that you can do, as busy as we are, to be able to win at something online, because they're just going to keep coming after you. Take it offline as quickly as possible, and all of those lurking, seeing this interaction, will know that you listen and you care about your customers. But the third is, sometimes this negative review, or this is really a complaint or a request in a different format. So sometimes you'll have somebody upset, and when you listen to them and you really care, and maybe you even provide them updates, all of a sudden they can become a great advocate for you, because they see that they matter to you and you value them. And people, all of us lurking, are looking at this thinking, wow, amazing. So when you ask for reviews, you can use this link within your Google business profile, which takes them straight to your profile and gives them the opportunity to leave their review. So you can share this by email, even in your email signature. That's prime place where it can be seen and visible. You can share it on socials, maybe in one of your profile links, or you can just share the link. Maybe you have a link in an email that you send to them, so that they can know what you're up to, some of the latest, greatest, and also that they can review you. So when you respond to messages, really that phrase that I told you is key. That's not the experience I want for you. I'd like to learn more without jeopardizing your privacy. Would you please contact me here? Because you are protecting their privacy. I've worked with several financial institutions who I have actually seen myself, people put the routing number, the account number, everything in there about their bank account, because they think they're having a one-on-one conversation, a private convo with an actual representative. And everything with reviews is public facing. So again, you don't want to send anything that you don't want the public to know about. You can also look at interactions, get a chance to see what's working in your marketing, what people are looking for, because if you're not measuring, you're not marketing. $1 or 1 minute spent that's not lifting the bottom line or getting you closer to your goal, is $1 or 1 minute spent too much. And you can see right here, those three dots will help you manage things like your business profile setting, or even to add managers. Now let's pause here for a moment, because a lot of people will give away their password to their Google account because they think it's a friend, a freelancer, an agency that needs access, and you don't want to be bogged down with providing access to everything because you have to take care of your customers. The problem is when you've given them your password, you've given them the keys to the kingdom. They can behave like you, and you're the business owner. You don't want anybody else to be the business owner. But when you've given them the password, they are the owner. They act like you, and so they can shut you down or shut you out, which is very critical because I've stood across from several thousands upon thousands of businesses who, when I am doing an in-person event, will tell me that they lost all their reviews, they lost all of their information because they never could access it because they gave somebody their password to their Google account. So this is where you can set people's roles to as managers, as assisting you as an owner. You can put all of that. So your challenge here today, if you do not have a Google business profile, is to now claim it. Claim and verify so you can control your information on Google Search and Maps. How you can do that is to actually go through the process that you are outlined here. When you get a copy of today's slides, you can follow along and use this as a checklist. You can start making it a habit of reviewing and updating, posting, and really seeing what's working on your Google business profile. What information really sings and connects with your best potential customer. Now, as always, I end everything that I do with free or small fee resources because I'm a bootstrap marketer. So let's dive into some of the free resources you have available to you. Well, first, you can utilize free online training at google.com/grow. You can see everything that Google does training on, which means that's everything that I can do training on. And you just need to ask Grow Nebraska to have Maria come back and have her do a training on this because you want to learn more about it. So that's where you can see the list, really the menu of the different classes and workshops I can do for you. And I'm also going to model for you good behavior because I believe that when you've given good service, people don't have to feel obligated, but they do need to be asked. So I am asking you. Again, you do not have to leave a good review for me, but this is the time to ask. When you've provided good service, good information, a good product, now you ask them because 97% of people do not leave an actual review because no one asked them. And of those who did leave an actual review, 64% of them said they'd leave a better review had they been asked. So just ask because people get busy sometimes and distracted. If you're on socials anytime, I would definitely love to connect with you. You can find my main ones being the website, me on Twitter or X or on Instagram. But if you go to bit.ly/findmaria, then you can find all the socials I'm on and just connect with me on the one that you're most comfortable with, that you like utilizing. And if you have any questions after today, you can ask the Grow Nebraska team. But if you want me to cover a question, or if you want me to do a video walkthrough for you or go into details, then consider becoming a member of Office Hours, because in Office Hours, this is where I do give access and time to be able to answer your questions, especially if you've been through a session like this where you've tried to apply what you learned and you have more questions or more have come up that maybe you don't remember exactly what I said. You are welcome to come here, sign up and get the membership, and I would love to work with you. Now I'm looking forward to hearing what your questions are, so please let me know. And again, I just want to say many thanks to the Grow Nebraska team for having me here. And if you would like a copy of the slides or recording, please go here. And if there are any updates to the slides, I do utilize your email address to let you know about updates, especially of a session that you've been on, because the platform is ever changing. In fact, before I ever take a stage or a camera, I will actually check my phone to see if there's any updates to give you the latest and greatest. But now I can do that in the slide format and let you know what's updated there. If you've been in this session, just let me know that that's of interest to you, okay? All right, everybody. Thanks again to Grow Nebraska. And y'all, thank you for your attention. I look forward to connecting with you and seeing you at future trainings and also at Market Tech. All right, everybody. Take care.